I saw Scam last year. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think it was just a wonderful achievement. They've done a brilliant job with the kind of detailing they've done, and everything was just wonderful. But ours is a very different approach. Indian films are not stark, they're not bland. We like our drama, we like our romance, we like our song and dance. I was a bit clueless. I didn't know who CarryMinati was. Maybe we can collaborate on a song together or something. Let's see. I don't think I'm worthy of being compared to Pratik.
Abhishek Bachchan, welcome back on Bollywood Hungama.
Thank you, Faridoon.
Okay, so enjoying the response that is there for Big Bull?
Yeah, very relieved. I think your first trailer coming out is always, the first visuals are always something that gets you very nervous, because that's the first time they're going to see the work you've done. And the reactions have been immense. So I'm very, very happy and very excited.
Were you reminded of Guru while filming for this film?
No. I mean, a lot of people ask me that. And I'm very flattered, because Guru was such a milestone film for me in my career. And I think it's very flattering that people find it worthy of a comparison to Guru. But no, I think the only similarity between, say, Guru and the Big Bull Faridoon would be the fact that it's like a rags to riches kind of a story. And that's the only similarity. Otherwise, there's no similarity at all.
Okay, and I think another question that must be asked you again and again about comparisons, Scam 92 of Big Bull.
Oh, yes, a lot of people have been asking me that. But what I've noticed, thankfully, is after our trailer came out, that conversation has pretty much stopped. I think the reason for that is because people have seen what we've made and realized that it's actually a very different approach. And it seems like a different product. So, I think that conversation has stopped. I can understand that there being conversations about it. I saw Scam last year. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think it was just a wonderful achievement on behalf of the entire team, from the direction to the writing, to all the technical groups, to the actors. Each and every one was just pitch perfect, and I thoroughly enjoyed watching it. I was also kind of relieved, because I realized that our film is very different to the approach Scam has taken. Also, I think what we have to understand and appreciate, Faridoon, is Scam is a web series. Ours is a film. We have to tell our story in 2.5 hours. They get 8 to 9 episodes. They've done a brilliant job with the kind of detailing they've done, and everything was just wonderful. But ours is a very different approach. So I was relieved at that. I have to be very honest. I think, Mr. Mehta and the entire cast and crew of Scam have been so gracious. I tweeted to them when I saw it, and they all very lovingly responded. And also when our trailer came out, especially Mr. Mehta and his entire team and the actors, Pratik and Shahryar, they were all so wonderful in their appreciation for what we had done. And that made me feel so nice, because it just goes to show that, at the end of the day, we can talk about comparisons. And I get why people will want to talk about that. It makes great copy. But creative people have their own unique voices, and they appreciate good work. Scam was very good work, and I appreciated it. And I was very happy that the team of Scam felt the same way when they saw the trailer. But like I said, that conversation from what I've analyzed, through my social media, has pretty much died after our trailer came out, because I think people have realized that it's a totally different approach. And I hope they look forward to seeing my film as well, and I hope they enjoy it. I'm very proud of the film. I think we've made a good film. We've all given it our best. And now the audience will decide whether they like it or not.
So I was reading one of the comments, and it said that Abhishek has had a tough luck. He has been compared to his father all his life. Now he's being compared to Pratik Gandhi. So these comparisons, they keep on just thronging you again and again.
I don't have a problem with comparisons. Faridoon, at the end of the day, like you said, you've compared me to the great Amitabh Bachchan. I find him to be the best. So, who else are you going to compare me to that's going to frazzle me? I'm used to being compared to him. So I'm not frazzled. But I think it's very flattering for me. I don't think I'm worthy of being compared to Pratik. I think he did a fantastic job. And I wish him all the very best for his future endeavors and for all the work that he's doing. being an actor and being part of the film industry for 20 odd years, I know how challenging it is to be an actor, to get the due recognition. And I wish him all the very best. He's done a fantastic job. I hope he continues to do a fantastic job, and he continues to get great work that is so deserved to him. And I think you're flattering me by comparing me to him. So thank you. I take it as a compliment.
Okay, now in '92, they made it clear that it's on the life of Harshad Mehta, but I believe your character's name is Hemant in the Hemant Shah. So it's not, you're not saying that it's Harshad Mehta out now, but I think the references which have been given, many of them they're pointing towards his life story. So is how much of an autobiographical element is there in this? Biographical element is there?
It's
how much
my film, The Big Bull, is a fictitious story, inspired by true events and inspired by true people. So, I mean, a lot of, especially the initial struggle stages of Hemant Shah, are actually inspired from my director, Kuki Gulati's father. When he first came to India, to Mumbai and started his career. So there are a lot of influential lives that we've taken and made the film out of that. Also, Faridoon, which you will understand because you're such an integral part of the film industry as well, is when you have a script and you need to tell that story in 2.5 hours, there's a certain element of dramatization that you bring into it. That's the kind of movies we like to see. Indian films are not stark, they're not bland. We like our drama, we like our romance, we like our song and dance. Our requirement of our films is very unique. When you're doing that and when you're dramatizing certain events and episodes, you take liberties creatively. I believe that when you're making, say, for example, a biopic, right, there's a definite moral responsibility towards the person who you're making that project on. And the responsibility is to be absolutely authentic and absolutely true to what their life was. You cannot take liberties with history. You cannot take liberties with somebody's life and what they have done and achieved. We were very clear that we wanted to make a very inspirational story. And in order to achieve that, we wanted to dramatize certain events. That is why we decided to create a fictional character and not make an autobiography.
आपने शुरू से अपने करियर में युवा से अगर हम स्टार्ट करें, गुरु की अगर हम बात करें, तो आपने हमेशा ऐसे अपने किरदार निभाए which are common people, जो एक बहुत बार क्या होता है कि that जो कॉमन पीपल होते हैं उनको जो शोकेस किया जाता है वो 6-pack abs के साथ में किया जाता है and they're singing songs in Switzerland, but you had a certain way of dealing with realism and you stuck to it. Now it is becoming the norm. People prefer that. People like that element of realism in the way a character looks like, the way he talks, the way he behaves. Do you think that your belief of your earlier days that has paid off in a way, because now Yuva is a classic, Guru is a classic, and when you are doing something like Big Bull, people know कि Abhishek अगर है तो उसमें that element of realism पे definitely ध्यान दिया गया.
Well, thank you. That's very kind of you to say. But I don't look upon it as it being a payoff or something. I've always done the work that I believed in and done it the way I believed to be correct. It was not done with any other ulterior motive. So, I mean, whatever work I got, for example, I did Guru, as you mentioned, Guru, I was shot in 2006. I was 29, 30 years old when I made that film. I played a 70-year-old character in that. I put on weight for it back then. Now almost 15 years ago. It was unheard of in those days. But I just did it because that is what the character needed. And I feel, the films that we make, I feel our actors, all of them, do justice to the character because they portray the character the way it's intended to be portrayed. I think it'll be wrong of me to say that, I put on weight 15, 20 kilos, 15 years ago, people are doing it now. No, they've always done it. I think actors have always done it. It'll be wrong of me to try and take credit. I've just been an actor who wanted to do the best job that I could for the character that I was to play. And part of an actor's job is to sell the fact that they are that character and sell it to the audience to make it believable. And you do whatever it takes. And I'm an actor who believes that the physicality of a character, if you can look like the character, have the same body language, of that 50% of your acting is done right there. So I've always been an actor who believed in looking the part when I had the opportunity. So actors have always done that. You know, I'm not somebody who's been a pioneer, and I think it would be wrong of me to take any sort of credit. But I thank you for those gracious words. But like I said, I'm just happy that I get to create these characters and make them as believable as possible.
In the promo, there is a dialogue that इस देश में हम कुछ भी कर सकते हैं, नकली promoters use कर सकते हैं, पुलिस को रिश्वत दे सकते हैं, मीडिया को धमका सकते हैं, लोगों को खरीद सकते हैं, कुछ भी कर सकते हैं, बस एक रूल है, पकड़े नहीं जा सकते. Now, there have been occasions in the recent past when certain dialogues and certain things have been out of context when it comes to certain maybe series, web series, web shows, or movies. Does that worry you as a creative person that something may be taken out of context and it can go out of proportion?
No, because if it's taken out of context, you've answered the question right there. It's out of context. So once you get the context, then there won't be any sort of problem, right? So yeah, I'm not concerned about that.
Okay, now you're having CarryMinati's number in that Yalgar. He's hugely popular boy, and he's someone who's, I think, totally has baffled everyone with his popularity. How much of a trump card is that song for you guys? Because many a times I think he's got a massive popularity of his own.
I have to, full disclosure, I have to be completely honest. That his song Yalgar was not in the film initially. During the lockdown, when they were editing the film, Ajay actually found the song. And he really liked it. He said, hey, what do you think of the song? And I was a bit clueless. I didn't know who CarryMinati was. And he said, there's this boy CarryMinati. And I think Ajay also knew who he was. And then because he had done this song, so I discovered him for the musician that he is. And now you come to know, when we did some research on him, that he's this huge influential character on social media. So I discovered why he actually became very famous initially for being a social media influencer, after I got to know that he was this wonderful musician. And that's how we stumbled upon the song. And we felt it was very fitting for the attitude of the film that we were making. And that's how it came about. And I'm very happy with the track. I think he's fantastic. I'd love to do some work with him. Do something together. Maybe we can collaborate on a song together or something. Let's see. But we're very happy that he agreed to be a part of the film, and very thankful to him.
Okay, when you're having actors like Saurabh Shukla opposite you, is it fun? Is it a learning experience? What sort of an experience is that?
I think Faridoon, especially in the last couple of years, the kind of actors that get cast in every role, even if they have one scene, actors have finally understood that it's not the length of the role, it's the impact of the role that matters. So we're getting such wonderful actors. And anytime you have actors like Saurabh ji, or any of the other actors, we have Iryana, Nikita, we had Supriya ji, you have Soham, there's such wonderful, wonderful actors. And I've always said, I end up living off reflected glory. They make me look so good, and I'm so thankful. And I really think that they've, Cookie managed to put together such a wonderful ensemble cast that made everything just so much fun to be on set.